This is a public service.
Today's date 12/12/2022. It's 13:04 hours. Lieutenant Whittier, Deland PD. Still here at the PD, dealing with subject number 2 on this Social Security office arrest. Apparently, another individual on the street. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Lieutenant Whittier, Deland PD. How can I help you today?
Okay, I'm upset, and I don't know how much of what you're aware of is going on. The other gentleman and I've got cancer. I have stage 4 liver cancer and lung cancer. I'm at the Social Security office trying to get a doctor's appointment. For 2 years for COVID, I haven't been able to have a scan, okay? I've got tumors growing inside me. I have a doctor's note from my surgeon saying not to wear a mask because I have lung cancer.
Okay.
And I'm in the Social Security office, and they refuse to service because I won't wear a mask.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to the woman, the security guard, that number one, the governor of the state of Florida said there is no mask mandates anywhere in the state of Florida, and I need help. And he goes, well, we can't help you. I said, okay, can you give me a piece of paper when I leave here so that I can take it? And I have a deadline. Today I had to get my paperwork done so I can see a doctor. Otherwise, it's a true deadline.
Right. I got you.
So what I'm saying is, why couldn't he just give us a refusal so I could have taken it to my VA rep and said, hey, can you help me with some... What they wanted was us to just walk out the door and not have any documentation.
Okay.
And we're waiting for documentation. In the meantime, they call the police, call y'all.
Okay.
And what we're expecting is for you guys to come and say, well, that's not against the law. We have statutes, and it's not even against our policy in our department.
Okay.
I expected them, if they were going to call law enforcement, maybe federal or something. But
well, unfortunately, that building's in our jurisdiction, so...
I know, brother, on a personal level, we're 2 veterans, 2 disabled veterans. I have cancer, he's got pending surgeries. This is not what we need police to do. You feel me?
Well, thank you for your service, but motorcycle's loud, so...
But I'm also a human being. And there are many times in this country where people's rights have been trampled all over, and it never got made right, or it did after the fact, but you really can't after the fact. I don't do drugs. I'm the kind of guy you guys never have to deal with.
We appreciate that.
It's terrible optics. Everybody at the Social Security office, all them people were horrified that the police were called on us.
Well, unfortunately, though, the Social Security office employees and staff and their security folks, they don't work for us.
But why do they have you guys coming and doing their dirty work?
Because, like I said, that building's in our jurisdiction. So if there's a call for service, we're the ones that have to go to.
I know, but you guys need to have a new maybe start looking at a policy of, because remember 2 years ago when we had all the COVID stuff?
Right.
I thought the governor said we're not doing that. And if you have a doctor's note saying you're not supposed to, it was important 2 years ago, but now today they don't care about it.
No, I got you. And like I said, the whole, like I told this gentleman back here.
Imagine if I'm your younger brother sitting in here and this happened. You know what I mean?
And like I said, like I told this gentleman back here, we're not getting in the mask debate. We're not taking like pro or con or any of that stuff. And like I told him, I gave him an example of...
No, but they're using you guys to do dirty work. It's dirty work, brother. I care in 50 years if people are free. I do. I fought for my country when I was young. Now I got cancer. I might not live 2 years.
Right.
Okay? Right. That's what it brought me there. I'm not trying to start trouble.
No, I got you. And like I said, I think you guys were there trying to...
We're 2 good guys. Right. We're not... Even if we leave here, we're not ever going to be a problem for y'all again, okay?
Well, that's appreciated.
Can you tell your people that, don't do anything to us they don't need to do?
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Please don't stack it up. I'm living in a camper with terminal cancer. Yeah. I can't afford nothing.
Well, like I said, so you're aware, it sounds like, not expecting you to be happy with being arrested, because you're trying to get your business taken care of down there. But we're not sitting at the Social Security office waiting for you or him or anybody else to show up. Does that make sense?
I'm not trying to cause them.
No, I got you.
The craziest part about it is, while they're telling us they can't help us, they call the other gentleman back. 75% through case, they're helping them actively, getting ready to call me back. And instead of continuing what they're doing, they reversed course. Like he's literally there when the representative, when the police came in. What happened was their security, you might want to put a note in the memo.
Right.
Be mindful of the security guard over, very unprofessional with a firearm, very... Listen, I was in the military. I'm not saying I know everything about everything.
Right. I got you.
There's a certain way you carry yourself when you're armed with the public.
Right.
You guys get it. You know what I'm saying? She don't. She's not...
Is a female?
Yes.
Okay.
She was... I just felt like we got the raw end of the deal. She gaslit us the minute we walked in there. Yelled at us in front of the whole room full of people.
About the mask stuff?
Yeah, and before I could even figure out what's going on, she's screaming and hollering at me, and all the other people in the room are like, hey, leave him alone, leave him alone. You know, everybody in that room. I wish the officers would have asked the other citizens in there, because every single person in that room was pissed when the police came to take us away, and they still are.
I got you. Like I said, I mean...
It's bad optics for you guys.
Understood. But again, I told him, and I'll offer you the same thing, that... Because he had issues, he had a couple of different issues, I'll say. It sounds like predominantly your issues with the Social Security office, specifically, I guess, security services at the Social Security office here in Deland. Not so much with Officer Nelson or Officer Leary or anybody else.
It's ain't personal with none of them.
I know the gentleman back here was a little concerned with what he felt was maybe some out-of-line treatment by the sergeant. So I told him if he wanted to file a complaint.
When he was in
I got
the vehicle.
you. And like I said,
brother, we've been in these vehicles for almost 2.5 hours now.
So, and like I said, I'll extend it to you as well. If you have a complaint against the Deland Police Department or against one of these officers, by all means.
I do, but it's not with any individual. It's with y'all's policy of coming in and do that. In my opinion, and I don't know everything. Right. I think the county sheriff should be involved because you got a federal and a local issue going on. And don't you think the sheriff should have been involved? At least some representative. I do.
And you're more than entitled to your opinion.
Not against you guys, but I would have had.
I got you.
Because it does concern them.
Understood. And like I said, we've had issues down there in the past with some.
Because when the governor's office finds out about this, he's going to want to know what the Volusia County sheriff say. And if Volusia County's going to say, he's going to say, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. And then they'll come here.
Right. And probably will.
And you know, sometimes people had to sit in the front of the bus and get arrested and get the shit beat out of them in order to get stuff straightened out.
Absolutely.
And brother,
we don't know.
I got you.
What do you need? I care about this country. And this right here, this is Russia shit, man.
Unfortunately, like I said, we're having to respond to the calls for service. We don't necessarily get to, I'll say, choose sides.
What happens if I have 50 veterans go in there and sit every single day? What happens if that happens? Is that how we have to do it?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that going in there and sitting.
No, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Is that how we got to do this? What should have happened is your sergeant should have went in there and said, I don't really know what to tell you. This isn't our jurisdiction. Is what he should. If I was him.
Oh, it is our jurisdiction. That's. I mean.
Yeah, if there was no crime.
doing the paperwork for a warrant arrest.
Yeah, you can't even find a crime.
Well, I think they wanted you guys trespass for one reason or another, and again, we don't.
Why did they start helping him?
Again, sir, I don't know.
It looks both ways.
That's only something that the staff down there can answer. I can't answer that for you. Is there anything else I can try to help you with?
Please tell your people that do whatever they got to do. But take it a light hand with us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. People that used to back you guys.
Absolutely. And we appreciate that. We do.
I'm serious. I'm not just bullshit.
No, I believe
I'm not
it.
a criminal.
Nope. Nobody's saying that you guys are bad folks. Well, like the gentleman back there, I thank him for his service. I thank you for your service as well. Okay.
That's a bad optic. 2 disabled veterans in there, and they're throwing them out of the Social Security office. That's very bad. And then you guys come and help them do it. That's what everybody sees.
Well, again, unfortunately, though, that's where we are at this juncture. Okay. So, all right. I mean, hopefully it works out for you.
Am I going to be sitting in jail overnight for this?
You shouldn't be. You're going to get a bond amount. I don't know what your financial situation is like. You know somebody can bond you out.
I live, sir.
I
have Social Security. I live in a friggin' trailer. I have terminal cancer. I don't have nothing.
Okay.
That's why I was at the Social Security office this morning.
I got you. But again, we don't, we don't set the bond amounts that's set by the state or the county. So,
so what happens if I don't have the money? I just sit there?
Then you would sit there until first appearance, which would be tomorrow morning. And then at that point, the judge has the ability to look at it and go, either A, yep, good to go, we're going to go ahead and set the $500 bond amount, or B, he or she can look at it and go, hey, get out of my courtroom, don't ever come back, this is a garbage case. So it's either or.
But in the meantime, my civil rights have been...
Well, in the meantime, you're going to be sitting down at the jail. So, but that's where we are right now.
I feel awful about this.
I hear you.
Maybe you can't say so.
Right. Okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Are you a believer? You believe in God?
That's not really a here or there question for me. I mean, but to each their own, right?
Thou shalt not bear false witnesses. That means don't pin stuff on people that they didn't do.
Sure enough. So,
well, all right. Nothing personal. I don't know.
no, you're good. But you're good.
I'm upset.
Sir.
I got every right.
Absolutely. I understand being upset. 100%. He's kind of in the same boat. He's got kids. He's got to pick up at 2:30.
Yeah, I got a terminal cancer father as well. I'm supposed to take to the hospital at 2. I can't. I didn't expect to be able to still have this all go out of proportion.
Understood.
I wish they would have called you there.
I thank you.
I wish they would have. Well, because, sometimes with a little experience, sometimes you know enough to say, hey, wait a minute, maybe we're wrong here. But there wasn't none of that.
Well, we're going to look into it because, like I said, this gentleman back here is going to do a few things on his end as far as complaints goes.
Like I said, I know what I saw, but what happened when he was in the vehicle with the sergeant, I don't know.
Okay.
When someone, he was gaslighting pretty good.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to take a look into it, and so is the folks upstairs. If he files a complaint, Internal Affairs is going to get it, and they'll look into it as well.
If I worked in a police department in Florida, I just found out that some of my staff actually arrested somebody for not wearing a mask at the Social Security office, and they were 2 veterans. I bet your whole department is going to be interested in that, because you know what? You guys don't want to wear masks either.
The thing is, you weren't arrested for not wearing a mask, you're arrested for trespassing.
He said, I was already outside at the side of my car.
Okay. Which is in the parking lot, right?
Well, how am I supposed to get in it?
Well, the parking lot's still part of the property.
What we're doing is,
I'm not trying to.
If I'm trying to leave, I'm in the parking lot, right? I can't not be in the parking lot trying to leave. So what he's saying is, he made the allegation that we attempted to go back in. And I'm like, no, we did not.
And again, I wasn't there, so
all the cameras were on. So when he said that, his own cameras should reveal that what he said is not true.
Well, and like I said, as part of
none of that.
Our investigative process for us internally.
We didn't try to forcefully go back in there. We come outside to de-escalate it from all the other customers.
Right.
We didn't expect to get ambushed by you guys.
I got you.
We expected you guys to come and say, okay, we recognize the Constitution.
Well, I appreciate your trying to enlighten us, and we will look into it. Okay. I know it doesn't help you right now. It doesn't help this gentleman, but that's kind of where we are. All right, sir.
I know what Nelson. Really getting me I just feel awful for the police
and again, I apologize you feel that way. I wish there was, a different feeling. But
what you can do is tell the people under you to treat us right.
Yes, sir.
Get us out of here.
I got you.
Guys, this is a mass waste of those resources.
I would agree.
I can tell you 10 places where you can go bust fucking crack heads right
Absolutely.
Now.
I believe
nobody
you.
over there.
I believe you. I do.
No, never.
But
they're doing this to us.
All right, sir. Thank you. All right.